It's 7:30 a.m. and Sean Moneypenny clocks into work at the Otterbein Service Department.
Good morning. I'm Sean Moneypenny with the Service Department. I do the heating and cooling on the campus, and this is a day in the life of me.
The Service Department is open Monday through Friday from 7:30 to 4. The day starts by going over work orders and discussing projects for the day. Today, Sean will be going to 25 West Holmes Street.
All right, so we're headed. Here we go. To 25. All right. Gonna get my radio today, of course. Radio. This is the heating and cooling section of the shop. This is where our office is. Slightly messy, but you know, messy desk equals, you know, busy mind and busy people. All right, get my radio so everybody can communicate with me today. And of course, you got to have your coffee. It's always a go-getter for the morning. All right, and here we go. You want to ride along in a money van? You can. Call it the money van. Last name's Moneypenny. You know, the kids love the van. We talk about all kinds of different things from life, day to day, everything. So it's the money van. Come on.
And hiding in that wherever.
Of course, you got to unlock all the doors right at the start of the day because you'll never know what you need. You just go up and unlock it, off you go. This is the inside of the van here. As you can see, along with the messy desks inside, there's sometimes a messy van, but the necessary things are, you know, your brain, the Otterbein Wellness, of course, that's kind of fun, and you get, who doesn't, you know, have to have a carty in their van? I know, working for Otterbein, you got to have those items. So it always helps me start my day. I have a picture of my son all the time. That gets me through the day. I have a couple of various thank you notes from Peg. Everybody knows Peg. She's on campus here with the Bulldogs. And yeah, it's just little things around that motivate me to get me through my day. Yeah. Safety first at Otterbein. If you're not safe, you might not make it home. Plus, it might get the college in trouble. Don't want to do that. All right, here we go. We're heading up Main Street. About ready to go to 25 West Home. And yeah, we're gonna work on some PTAC units today, which is fun. We've been having some water damage where the water, the roof, the grade of the roof has been coming back to the building. And why they designed that, we're not sure. But we bought the building, I'd say about 4 years back, and renovated it. And we realize now the problem with the heavy rains, and we have to raise up the PTAC units in order to, but they're just really low to the roof. So it's making it just rain in on the Human Resources office. And yeah, so we're gonna take care of that. It's gonna be fun. It's always a beautiful day when you get to come in here and work at Otterbein University. That's all there is to it. And here we are. And in all the midst of the excitement of being filmed and showing you my day today, which is August 3rd, right? It's Friday. Can't beat that. I forgot the dolly. We need the dolly because dolly is an important piece. And we're gonna set these units on the dolly, and they're pretty dirty, and you know, I treat the kids if they're my own, and I wouldn't want my son or daughter, you know, having to breathe the air that's coming out of these things. So we're gonna get the dolly. We're gonna set the cart on the dolly and roll it back over here and power wash it up really clean, so that way it's all ready to use for when the kids show up here in the next few weeks. So more to come. Just cleaned out the back of the van, got it all ready, so that way we can throw a unit in the back. Let's go get the 4-wheel dolly. This section of the service department is the grounds crew, and also they not only take care of the grounds and maintain it around campus, but they also do transportation, moving, stuff like that. Here's our 4-wheel dolly. Grab it. heavy. Gotta be careful.
All right.
I've worked for the service department here at Otterbein University for 6.5 years. It'll be 7 years in December, and it was on the 17th is the day I started, and that was life changing for me. I had no idea what I was getting myself into, right? But in high school, my father, he was a Navy boy. He lived here in Central Ohio with my grandfather. My grandfather sold heating and cooling equipment. Okay, and when Dad got out of the Navy, one of the gentlemen that my grandfather sold heating and cooling equipment to, he made a job offer for my father when he got out of the Navy to come and help out with the business, and he was the only service tech for a while. So I get a little emotional talking about this. I apologize. I miss him. He passed away in 2001, but he was the only service technician for Sunbeam Heating and Air Conditioning when he first, basically got off the boat and came to Columbus here. So, years down the road, I was born in 71. I think he had been working for Sunbeam for about 5 years, maybe 5-6 years when, right after he got out of the Navy, There was times that, it would be late in the night. There would be many inches of snow, if not feet, on the ground, and him being the only technician, he'd work late nights. So, very hard worker my father was, and I miss him dearly, of course. But through the years, he ended up taking over Sunbeam Heating and Cooling, and it was right off of Michigan and 3rd. Down in the Short North area, and high school, I had a feeling I was going to work for him because he needed people, he needed help, and that was a really cool thing. So I got to bypass the whole college thing. Parents couldn't afford college even back then, and so I kind of knew what I was destined to do. But funny story real quick, I just graduated high school, and that Monday was the first Monday of my supposedly vacation, and he walks in the house, stops. I lived in the basement at the time, and I heard him turn around and start coming down the stairs, and I was like, "Hey, what's going on, Dad?" He's like, "Not much. What'd you do today?" I was like, "Oh, just kind of sat around and just play some video games." I was 18, whatever. And he's like, "Oh yeah?" He says, "Go look for any jobs today or anything?" I'm like, "Nah, not really." He says, "You gonna look for jobs soon?" And I says, Dad, I think it'll take about a month off. I've been working hard with the school and getting all through it, and I think I'll probably just take about a month off." And he's like, "Is that so?" And I was like, "Yeah, this sounds like a good plan." He's like, "Okay, well, at the end of the month, you owe me $300 rent." I'm like, "Whoa, really?" He's like, "Yeah. I was like, "Wow." So he kind of let me just think about that for a little bit. Dads have a way of, not just hurrying up with what they're trying to tell you or teach you. I'm like, "Man, where am I gonna come up with that?" He's like, "Or I can give you a week, and next week you can start with me, and then you won't owe me $300. Okay, so I worked for Dad about 11 years, and he retired early, and him and Mom went up to Alaska for their big retirement trip, and then he sold the company to a smaller company here in town, made them bigger, and worked there for about 2.5 years. It was a nice company. My buddy that I had brought up through the Sunbeam ranks, because I'd bring my friends in if Dad needed more help. I'd just bring a friend. "Hey, you need a job? Come on, work with me. We'll go, around and fix things around town." And he showed me that Johnson Controls had an opening. He's like, "Come on, Sean, you gotta check this out. This is neat." So basically, for Johnson Controls, what we did was we took care of all the lighting and the temperatures in most of the stores and malls around the nation, which was really cool. So it was more customer service over the phone, you know, working people, troubleshooting things over the phone. And then they folded, went up to Milwaukee. Milwaukee's way too cold for me, further away from the beach, not for this guy, away from my family, no way. So I stayed in town, got hired in at Train, Ingersoll Rand, worked there for 3 years, and then now I'm here. So I'm very fortunate. I love Otterbein University. It's amazing, you know, how it's just very easy to come up here every day. I mean, in order to look at the Cardinals, you know, and go Cardinals, I'm truly a Cardinal. Let's get to work. Come on. What's the camera crew feel about going up on the roof today?
Yeah.
All right. We'll make sure you're safe. I wouldn't put you anything in harm's way or anything. Okay. This is the lovely 25 Home Street. This is one of the newer dorms that we have, that we've renovated and had taken over. It's one of my favorite dorms. There's a lot of neat equipment to work on. And that's another thing about Otterbein University for me, is all the equipment on campus is a lot of fun for me to work on. And it's not that, you know, there are some challenging pieces here on campus, but for the most part, you know, all the equipment that I get to work on, it's fun for me. All right, what I want to show you is how the units used to be, and then we'll take you in the room to the ones that we did yesterday and let you see what we did in order to correct the problem. All right now, if you take a look, the air conditioners, they're set really low, all right? And what we're doing is we're raising them up to this level. You can see where there's some water damage here. And then also, when they renovated the building, for some reason, the guys knew that there was a water problem, and they thought it was from the pitch of the unit. They thought the unit was more pitched towards the room instead of outside where it needed to be. So the people that renovated actually put those pieces to help raise the unit up in order to help it flow backwards. But what Jack was finding out, and what an awesome find it was, is the roof pitches back this way, okay? And when we get hard rains, the water comes back so fast that since this is so low, we'll show you outside later, that it just goes right up and over and in and then downstairs into the first floor. So let's go over and I'll show you what we did yesterday. All right, right here you see the guys working. They're getting ready to bring the roofing up in, but this is what we did yesterday. We raised up the unit up higher off the ground, so that way we're able to get some more roofing material. What's up, guys? More roofing material up over, so that way we get more, you know, the water, I doubt the water will ever be higher than 4 or 5 inches up against this wall. But as you can see, we've raised it up so much that it's kind of taken that chance for the water to go down. It's taking that away.
Now it's off to the roof to see the results from the outside.
All right, here, I'll take you up. Here we go. Just be careful, use both hands, right? I have the camera attached to my shoulder right now, right? As you can see with these here, the unit's set right down onto the roof basically, okay? And then there's the roof drain right there. So all the water at the time comes just running back here so fast that it doesn't stop. It's like a wave effect. And you can see right here where some of this stuff's collected. So you know the water's just rolls right in there. And it just goes up in, goes up over, and it causes the problems. This is the one we did yesterday. We raised the unit up high enough to where that way we can bring the flashing all the way around. And that'll take care of our water problem. So you can see what the guys are doing, a little bit of roofing there. Live action. Makeup.
During the summer is when the service department is at its busiest. Work-intensive projects like this are all done during the long summer months to avoid inconveniencing any students or faculty members during the year. From roofs to sidewalks and renovating buildings, the service department covers it all.
All right, here we go. We're down off the roof now. Thanks to the guys of All Weather for coming out today and helping us out and being cool enough to get in front of the scenes and make it happen. But now we're down off the roof. We're gonna head over and get the four-wheel dolly, ride up with it, and get the air conditioner taken out and washed out for the kids. That don't sound good. That don't sound good at all, so let's call the boys. 18 to 29.
29, go ahead.
Hey Eric, good morning. Over here at 25, in the rear of 25, there's an electrical like disconnect box over here, and it's making some wild noises. You might want to come over and check that out. Whatever it is, it sounds mad. So we're gonna get Eric out here and have him take a look at that for us, and we'll get it fixed. If we can't get it fixed, we'll call the proper people to come in to get it fixed. All right. I always make fun of these hallways because I sound like SpongeBob when I'm walking with my shoes squeaking. Every step, if you know SpongeBob, every time he walks, whether it's on sand or anywhere, he's squeaking his shoes. So it always makes me feel like SpongeBob. Is that SpongeBob? This is the one unit we got to take out and clean up. But you can see what we found when we took it away was there was some actual nasty stuff that started growing, and we knew that was the problem. So then we realized, hey, look, we got to raise it up, get it up as high as we can, so that way the guys can get the flashing up higher, and that way it'll keep it from happening, all the water getting into the building. Water was pitched in a way it was like perfectly level, but still, if it rained hard enough, water would seep through from the other side. Here we go, and just kind of come in this way. There's Jack out there getting her done. Yep. All right, this thing's nasty. It needs cleaned up bad. So that's what we're gonna do. Safely move things out of the area. All right. Rolling, rolling, rolling. You guys painting crew?
Yeah.
All right. Welcome to work.
Thank you.
Ready for Friday, right?
Yep.
All right. I'm back truck up real quick. Throw it in easier. To the shop. All right, we're back at the shop, and we're gonna pull in here. We have to ask the mechanic if we can. Yeah, we got enough room. There's Jeff. Morning, Jeff. Morning. Back in here. We'll have enough room to get this washed out.
this point, we're not too worried about getting the electrical portion of it wet because it'll dry enough time in order for us to go ahead and take that. I need to get into it anyway and make sure everything's okay and tight before we start it back up. So just go spray everything down, get it all cleaned up. That way it's ready for use. Alright, we got it. It's all pretty much clean. You gotta let it drain out. Let all the water just drain on out of it. Yeah. The neat thing, I guess, to see was the difference in the way that what we did yesterday versus, you know, kind of what they're doing today with the roofing. It was a lot of fun doing some demolition and making a pretty big hole in the side of the building. But, you know, Jack and we're all trades guys here. We're a service department, not a maintenance department. Maintenance, I guess everybody does a little bit of everything. But when you're a service department, we have skilled trades. So, you know, say like in our electrical division, we have Rick and Eric, and they've been doing it themselves for probably 52 years experience. The grounds crew, we have 6 of those guys, and a few of them have degrees in mixing up, you know, like the chemicals for the weeds killer and stuff like that. And it's there's just a lot of years of experience here at Otterbein, and we could build a house from the ground up, supply it with everything, and it's kind of nice.
Now it's back to 25 West Home to reinstall the newly cleaned air conditioning unit.
All right, we got the unit all cleaned up, and we're bringing it back in to put it into the room. And of course, we'll have to wait a little while. We'll have to let things dry out before we put it back in service. I got my lockout tag out device here so nobody can plug it in, just in case they think that it's unplugged by accident. Especially when school's in session, I always like to leave some room out in front of the elevator just in case kids kind of just walk out, and that way they won't cut their legs or anything like that. It's always helpful. The kids walk out of these elevators really fast, so I need to get to class. Be texting while they're walking, try to multitask like that, not looking at the sudden dangers that could happen by just walking out of an elevator. Whoever invented the four-wheel dolly, they're special today. All right, what you got going in the fire? Morning. Yeah, they're well out there. Cool. Ready? Yep. Don't break it. All right, for safety reasons, put on our lockout tag out device. So nobody can start it up without me knowing next time there. All right, we'll mount this up. We'll wire in our thermostat and put the cover back on it, and that should do it for the day.
The finished product of a long day's work.
If you ever need anything service related for Otterbein, just give us a call at 823-1300.
The rest of Sean's day consists of a lunch break with the tight-knit service guys and chatting and catching up over their day. Then after lunch, it's back to the shop to get work orders and assignments for the rest of the day.
Normal day, we have a DDC system which takes care of many of the buildings through controls because we need to view temperatures and such like that. So basically start the day, clock in, go to that section, make sure everything's working right, make sure temperatures are coming out the way they need to. And then after that, I'll get on our work order system and check and see what new stuff has come in for that day. But a lot of times we get caught up in certain projects like this here where I won't get to see some of the work orders that came in the previous day, but check emails later. Maybe once or twice a day I'll check an email or two, just for the fact that people will send me requests or say there's a vent going on at Battelle, they need the fans to run a little bit longer, so we'll make that adjustment. And that's about a day, but there's always something different here, even though it's not the same old Otterbein, but there's always just something different. It's the same stuff, different day kind of thing. It's neat, but it's neat to go through a day every day.
On top of all that Sean does during the workday, he also has time to take classes here at Otterbein.
And I've taken, I think I'm 6 hours in the radio side, but this last year I ventured over into the TV side and learned more about what it takes to pull off a TV show, the producing, all the behind the scenes. There's a lot more crew to pull off a TV show than a one-man show for radio, that's for sure. So you got to appreciate the people that are behind the scenes in TV land. So, and they told me, or I told them, I say, hey, you know what? I will gladly be one of those guys behind the scenes. I'll never get in front of the camera, right? Yeah. So, yeah. But I plan on taking more courses coming up. My son's 7; he'll be going in the 2nd grade, and my goal is to graduate the same year he does for his college, and he'll walk across the stage first. I'll follow right behind him. So that'll be kind of neat. Yeah. Are you ready, Will?
Drums, please.
All right. Hey, Money Man here. Hoping that you're enjoying your summertime break. Keep applying that SPF. Get ready for the Money Man Morning Show coming to you this fall as season 5. I'm excited. Ought to be a good time.
However, Sean has made radio his hobby, coming into work almost 2 hours early to host the Money Man Morning Show.
The Money Man Morning Show, it's on from 6 to 7 a.m. and then they gracefully play it again, thankfully play it again from 9 to 10 on 97.5 WOBN, Otterbein University's radio station, and it's a lot of fun. I was always, it started out as me wanting to try to do radio. I've always been intrigued by it, love music, and love sharing things, and what went from what I wanted to do got to be all about the university and the kids, and I thought it was more about me, but it ended up being more about the kids and the events that happen at Otterbein. So it's really neat because nowadays this will be my 5th season of doing the show, and you wake up early, you miss all the traffic, all the hustle and the bustle trying to get in here. I have a 40-minute ride to work, and that was part of it, just to miss the traffic. But then it became more about talking about the students, about how they do in sports, talking about the music events that are held, all the recitals, and all the different other events that are around Otterbein also. And it's been a lot of fun. It's a great time, and I thoroughly enjoy it. And I know I have a few listeners, but it's more fun, and it's kind of become a hobby. But it's my way to give back to the university too. I get so much from it that it's nice to give back.
Once all the jobs have been completed for the day, it's once again back to the shop to clock out after a full day's work.
There's the day. It's about that time, 4 o'clock. Everybody lining up, getting ready to punch out for the day. It's been another good day, and that's just a day in the life of me. So thanks for coming along today, and thanks to the camera crew for coming out and shooting it, and it's been a lot of fun. So hope you enjoyed it as much as I did having you guys along today, and time to clock out.
After Sean clocks out, he heads home to be with his family.
Family, yeah. I've been married to my wife, lovely wife, Jill, for 16 years. Adam, like I say, he's 7. We wanted to have a little fun and enjoy ourselves first, the couple years that we were married, and then took us a while to have Adam, though. And well worth the wait because he's fantastic. My mom, she's fantastic, of course. I mean, how can you say bad things about your mother? But it's been, my life is blessed, and I'm just really, really happy with the way things are, and I'm just thankful. Yeah.
Sean Moneypenny puts his heart into everything that he does, being dedicated to his family and job, and treating the students here at Otterbein as if they were his own. He does everything with confidence and a smile on his face. This has been
Your business is